Back on the show, we continue our discussion of cybersecurity with Lincoln Holton with Ingalls Information. October, of course, is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and it's kind of on everybody's mind these days. So, Lincoln, welcome. Good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to, I guess we'll start right off the bat, online safety awareness. That's something that's on everyone thinks about.
Right,
obviously.
Right. Absolutely. Well, one of the overarching themes of this month is that it's our shared responsibility to make sure that we're responsible and we're protecting our companies. So it used to be that only the large companies really had to worry about cybersecurity, and that has changed. And now it's individuals and it's people, and we've worked a lot of major breaches that most of them, it can eventually be traced back to a single individual that did something they shouldn't have, either through carelessness or just lack of awareness. You know, so we've focused a lot on training people so they understand how to act responsibly at work. You know, do things like, you don't share resources. If you have your personal laptop, use that for personal business. If you have a work laptop, use that for work things. You know, if you don't understand something, ask a question. You know, go to your IT department, find resources, get the training you need to make sure that you're operating safely and securely at work, and understand that your personal actions have an impact on your company and your business and can expose them if you're not careful.
What are some other safety tips that you can let people know about?
Of course, one of them is always passwords, making sure you're not reusing passwords, especially for work things and personal things. Use multi-factor authentication where you can. If you don't understand that, you can look it up or find someone who can help you out with that, and that helps eliminate some of the risk associated even with using passwords.
What are some of the common mistakes people make?
One of the most common is just opening things that they shouldn't. You know, clicking on
curiosity
links. It's curiosity.
Yeah, and they click and then it's almost too late.
Right, absolutely.
There are career opportunities, obviously, in cybersecurity.
There are a ton of opportunities.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who might be interested in something like this.
Absolutely. There's the industry is estimated to be worth $6 trillion in the next couple of years.
Yeah, it's a growing industry, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And there's so that's going to create about 3.5 million new jobs in cybersecurity. So we're going to need tons of people getting in and helping out. It's a field that I would recommend to anyone to get into. It's interesting. The work is important. It has an impact.
Sure.
And there's, like I said, there's a ton of opportunity.
How did you get into cybersecurity?
Well, I'm originally from Vernon Parish, and so is Jason Ingalls, our founder. And we met in college, and then at McNeese. And then years later, we reconnected, and he was telling me about this wonderful new field called cybersecurity.
Right.
He was starting a company, and my background was in business and building teams and companies, so it just kind of naturally fit. So 6 years later, we've got a team of about 22 people and are doing work all over the world.
Which is interesting. Right here in Alexandria, Louisiana, we have Ingalls, this company a lot of people don't know about, but again, like you said, you work all over the world, all over the country. Some of the unique issues you've encountered, can you
it's always evolving, and that's one of the things that's interesting. You know, things that weren't necessarily as important or as risky a year ago are more so now. Ransomware is very common now. You know, understanding that a hacker can use your credentials to get into your company and then work their way through and lock up the resources and then demand a ransom of hundreds of thousands of dollars that people will pay in order just to get back to business.
Okay, if you had one tip for the people at home, what would that be?
Mine would probably be passwords. Don't reuse passwords.
Okay, that's a good one to follow. Lincoln, thanks for coming by. Good information. Good to have you.
Thanks for having us on.
No problem. We have more to come on this Wednesday, so stick around.